Well, ahead of the Seahawks Christmas Eve matchup against the Arizona Cardinals, here are your three key matchups. And John, when you think about Tyler Lockett and how he has grown into the role, he really took advantage of some opportunities last week.
He did, and coming off a career-high 130 receiving yards. And when we look at this game and this matchup against the Cardinals, it's not just their defense that needs to be concerned, it's Cardinals special teams as well. We remember last year he had that huge game in Arizona returning punts, had 3 punt returns of over 30 yards, including a 66-yarder. So just great dynamic athlete. 6 of his 10 career touchdowns are over 40 yards. Clearly the Seahawks have wanted to get him the ball, and it's been going his way more, and he's taken advantage. So if he can kind of look like the player he was last week, he's going to be someone that Cardinals really need to contend with.
Yeah, and certainly getting that speed back after an injury earlier this season. And when you talk about taking advantage of opportunities, think back earlier this year, it was George Fant who got an opportunity to play left tackle against the Cardinals. He's done well and will face Calais Campbell an entire game.
Yeah, one of the cooler stories this season. He came in because of an injury and played well enough that he's kept that job as an undrafted rookie who's really a basketball player, and yet there he is. But as you said, great test. Darrell Bevell told us yesterday that he's one of the best players. He's playing as well as anybody right now in football on the defensive side of the ball, coming off a huge game last week. Just a real handful. So whether he's on either side, I mean, we're talking about Gary Gilliam getting back in the starting lineup, so it's going to be a test for him if Campbell's over there. If he's on the other side of the ball, it's a test for George Fant. So that's somebody the Seahawks line is really going to have to contend with.
All right, so if you talk about test, how about the test for the Seahawks front seven on defense when it comes to slowing down David Johnson, who knows how to rack up yards, catching or running?
Yeah, he's having a phenomenal season. One of the best offensive players in the NFL right now. Almost 2,000 all-purpose yards, leads the NFL in that. Over 1,100 rushing. He's got 800 receiving yards. And I was talking to Bobby Wagner about this. It's how they're using him now compared to earlier this season when they played Arizona, and he's much more involved in the offense, and as a result, he's somebody that not just the offense, or not just the defensive line, not just the linebackers, it's everybody, because he's going to be catching balls out of the backfield. He's carrying the ball. He's a huge weapon for the Cardinals offense.
He has racked up 14 straight games, over 100 yards from scrimmage. He is eyeing Barry Sanders' record of 15 straight games. Those are your three key matchups to watch. Tune in to the Seahawks Radio Network for the call. Read everything that John has for you on Seahawks.com.